How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to be continuing What If the Brolys Were Twins? We last left off with the events of Broly's second coming, and the two brothers meeting each other once again. If you missed that, make sure you click the link up above to check it out, and then come back here to continue the series. If you guys want to see this series continue, let's get this episode to another 1K likes, as if we can hit that, I'll totally keep this series going. Now, let's dive right back into the What If. The two Brolys begin their battle, with Z Broly starting off at a grave disadvantage, with his brother countering all of his strikes and hitting way harder than he used to. He's been training very hard all of these years, and is more than a match for him. Super Broly isn't fighting to kill though, just severely injure. Z Broly can see this too, and continues to mock his brother for being such a softie. Super has hardened himself to his brother's insults now though, not allowing him to penetrate his mental barrier. Z keeps getting stronger as the battle continues though, and during the battle, he manages to unlock his own version of Super Saiyan 2, and pushes Super back. Super isn't pushed back at all though, as even though he can't become a Super Saiyan 2, he is still leagues ahead of his brother. The two continue their fight, and during this battle, Goku and Paragus arrive, sensing the battle and wondering what was going on. Z Broly lays his eyes on his father, wondering how he's here. Didn't he kill him years ago? And then he lays his eyes on the man next to him, Kakarot. Z Broly rushes Goku, who instantly goes Super Saiyan 2 to block his punch. Goku is still sent flying away though, while Z chases after him. Paragus grabs his other son by the leg to stop him, and slams him into the ground. Z Broly is surprised that his father actually was able to catch him off guard, and hurt him in any physical way. Z grabs Paragus by the face, and readies a blast to blow off his jaw, but Super comes in, elbowing Z's arm, cracking it. Super then roundhouse kicks Z across the face, sending him into the water. Super asks his father if he's okay, and Paragus just asks how Z has come back. As he was killed a long time ago, wasn't he? Super apologizes, saying he thought him and Goku ended him years ago, but evidently they didn't do a good enough job. Goku instant transmissions back to them, saying that Z has gotten a lot stronger, and the three of them are gonna have to work together if they want to have a chance at stopping him. Z erupts out of the water, shooting ki blasts everywhere, and the three struggle to dodge, while Super is the only one who is able to rush in and try to attack his brother again. Z and Super clash fists, and while the two trade blows, Goku and Paragus come in with dual Kamehamehas to the face. Z is temporarily blinded by these blasts, and Super uses this as an opportunity to kick his brother square in the face, sending him flying up. The three Super Saiyans then send their strongest attacks up towards the air, aiming to end Z once and for all. Z isn't going down so easily though, and powers up even further, dodging these attacks, and sending a ki blast right at Paragus, which hits him dead on, exploding on impact. Paragus drops down to the ground, badly injured, and back in base. Super turns to attack his brother further, but is met with an elbow to the face, flying backwards. Z then turns his body to land an uppercut on Goku, though Goku dodges and lands an uppercut of his own to Z. Goku and Z begin to fight again, and Goku is at a severe disadvantage, as Z's power keeps growing as this battle continues, and he is overwhelming Goku greatly. Super comes back in to fight. Goku tries to help out, but Z has gotten too powerful, and with an extremely powerful blow to the head, Goku reverts back to base, and is knocked out. Z begins to laugh, and Super is getting very angry now. The moment his brother returned, he did what he always did, ruin his life. He instantly came in and hurt his father, and his friends, and is going to destroy his new home if he doesn't stop now. Super screams out in pure rage and hatred for his brother. He loathes him, and he isn't going to let him get away with this as he always does. Super powers up, his hair rising up further and turning green. His own version of the legendary form is unleashed, and he launches a full assault on Z, completely decimating him. Z wasn't expecting this in the slightest, and isn't able to defend himself at all. Super is now hitting to kill, aiming at areas to cripple his brother. Z's arms are broken fast, along with his legs, and Z screams in absolute pain as he reverts back to his base form, on the ground, crippled. Z stares at his brother towering over him in a rage, and he smiles. It seems that his brother finally decided to become a monster just like him. Super screams out and stomps Z Broly's head repeatedly, making sure he's dead. Super keeps stomping and stomping, and Goten rushes up to Broly, yelling at him to stop. He's dead. He can stop this madness now. Broly looks at Goten as he breathes heavily, not knowing exactly what is happening himself. Broly then shrinks down back to base form, and collapses to the ground, unconscious. Goten and Trunks look at the bloody scene and are disgusted by the battle that they saw, and quickly call Gohan, asking him to go and get some senzu beans for everybody. Gohan flies over with the senzu, giving one to the three Saiyans, and they all stand up, and Goku and Paragus look over at the body of Z, not expecting Broly to be able to do something so savage like that. Broly apologizes for not being able to save his brother, and becoming a monster just like him. Goku tells Broly that he is nothing at all like his brother. Z was the true monster here, and he deserved everything that he got. And now for sure, they know he's really dead this time, as his dead body is right over there. And now they never even have to worry about him again. It's finally over, and Broly saved them all. Even Paragus tells him it was the right thing, and if it wasn't for him, the whole planet and even the whole galaxy may have been destroyed. Broly smiles at them, thankful that they don't think he was a monster. Paragus does the honors of destroying his other son's body, and the group go off to continue their lives. A little over a month later, Gohan still becomes the Great Saiyaman and meets Videl, and this time their encounter goes very differently, as Videl isn't viewed as the champion's daughter, since Mr. Satan never became the champ. Remember that it was Broly who became the world champion in this scenario, and pretty much all of Mr. Satan's fame has left him. He still participates in world tournaments, but this time he actually has to enter instead of automatically being seeded, meaning that in this timeline, Videl is mainly focused on her father regaining the champion title, instead of just trying to outdo him herself. It gets a lot worse for her when she goes to train with Gohan, and she meets Broly at Gohan's house. This is the man who took pretty much everything from her. Of course she can't be too mad at him, since he did save the world from being destroyed. But she's obviously very weary around him. Since she's so uneasy, she doesn't bring up the world tournament at all, since she knows that if she tells Gohan, he's going to talk about it with his family, meaning Broly might want to enter, and then take the victory away from her father. Meaning, Videl sticks around to train longer with Gohan, and doesn't really need to worry about the tournament. With the Z Fighters not going to the tournament, Shin and Gabito go immediately to the Sun household to recruit the Z Fighters for the encounter with Babidi. Of course, Shin wants Goku and Broly, since these two were the ones to defeat both Frieza and Cell. And of course, they want Gohan too, but Chi-Chi isn't going to let that happen, as Gohan needs to stay behind and study. Paragus would want to come along too, but Shin can sense the evil in his heart, saying that he doesn't belong in the realm of the Kais due to his deeds and motivations. Paragus is angry that he can't come along, but Broly tells him that they'll only be gone for a little while, and only to help in defeating an enemy. They'll return soon. Shin, Kibito, Goku, and Broly return to the land of Kais, where the two Saiyans begin their training to defeat Babidi and prevent Buu's resurrection. With these guys off of Earth for now, Paragus decides that this is pretty much his only opportunity to get his revenge on Vegeta. He is now much stronger, and maybe he can show off that he really is the best of the best. He doesn't want to kill him quite yet, but just have a friendly sparring match. Vegeta is more than willing to have a fight with Paragus, as just training with Trunks hasn't been enough for him. Bulma sets up her force field thing that she did when Goku and future Trunks fought, and Vegeta and Paragus begin their battle. Vegeta obviously has the advantage in every way, mainly due to him still being in his prime, while Paragus has begun to wind down due to his old age. Paragus uses his Super Saiyan form to edge out Vegeta, but of course Vegeta counters with his own transformation, and begins to land heavier and heavier blows. Vegeta uses his Big Bang attack to completely wipe Paragus out of his Super Saiyan form, and sends him crashing towards the ground. Paragus weakly looks up to see Vegeta laughing over him, saying that that wasn't even a good warm-up, old man, and he walks away. Paragus is beyond angry now. He couldn't do anything to the prince at all. And even if he did manage to use Super Saiyan 2, Vegeta has to form 2, and would outclass him there as well. The Saiyan flies away and goes back to the Sun House, telling Gohan that now they have to train even harder than ever. He needs to get even stronger than Vegeta. If these two work together, they can probably become even stronger than Broly. Gohan is down for this, and Videl tells him that she's not going to be left in the dust either, and wants in on some hardcore training. So, Gohan, Videl, and Paragus make their way to the lookout, and since the time chamber has been upgraded, the three are able to go inside and begin training even harder than ever. And that's where we're going to be leaving things for right now. We pretty much wrapped up the events of Broly's Second Coming, so now we're going to be moving right into the Buu Saga. And it's going to be a very different Buu Saga as well. So, make sure you guys like this video and subscribe so you can see the next part when it drops. And as always, huge shout out to my patrons, as Dreadpool, Patrick Sandlin, Mr. Darkness, and now Cooper H really help me out, as their support always means so much. With all of that, have a good one everybody, and until we meet again, see you later!